And I cannot wait. Because last night we had the day off.
Oh,
we had the day off.
It was tough for me yesterday.
It was
what
a
about
little tough.
You? I struggled. I was watching Yankee batting practice on the MLB network because I was having sports withdrawals.
Well,
Oh, my God. By the way,
the Twins scored 9 in the first inning, so that game was over quickly.
No, but I like that their broadcast actually shows the batting practice. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And I like the Twins' new uniforms. They're nice.
I do, too. Aren't they
nice.
cool?
They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was actually watching Sharks hockey against Edmonton because, I may or may not.
Sprinkled cheddar?
Yeah.
On your baked potato?
You know what? Sometimes you just got to win money. Sometimes you just got to get some dough. 888-957-9570. Today's simple, folks.
You just gotta get some dough.
It's simple.
Firefighters are watching Saturday at the firehouse down the street. Clay and Sansom from the 650.
I love that.
Let's go.
I love that. Right down the street. That's right down the street.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to the firefighters.
Shout out John
everywhere in the Bay.
Finbar Manning. I know you're out there somewhere.
Yesterday was Blue and Gold Day in the Bay Area. Everybody's raising their Warriors flags. Everybody had their blue and gold on. See people in the street honking. How are we going to do this? 5 or 6? I said, just get the damn thing done. I don't care. Get it done how you get it done. Because, look, what's been lost in the sauce is that we do respect Sacramento.
We do.
They've had a really good season.
Of course.
The way they came out of the All-Star break, winning games on the road, the way Sabonis has played, they think we don't watch. We're watching from afar. Their scores are always up. The highlights are always up. I like listening to Mark Jones and Kyle Draper and Katie Christensen. We love it all. There's levels to this. And, again, we start off by saying we got news about Andrew Wiggins. We got news about Clay. We heard from Andrew Wiggins, of course. Steve Kerr was on with Willard and Dibbs yesterday. Wiggins may come off the bench, and I'm cool with that. He could match up with Malik Monk and erase him out of this series. I got no problem with that.
I got a feeling Wiggins is going to be good.
He's going to be all right.
I think he's going to be good.
They have no defense whatsoever. This is going to be an up and down series. And who do you want to roll with? The 2 greatest shooters of all time? It's Steph Curry and Klay Thompson? Or you want to roll with Red Velvet and Keegan Murray, who's never been here before? All right.
Well, Herter's been to
Keegan Murray hasn't been here before.
Okay, apologies. Because didn't Herter and the Hawks go pretty deep?
They went to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, that was the year they beat the Knicks.
Hazmat workers. We're all P1 roasters.
Oh, yeah, hazmat
Oscar
workers.
and EPA.
Nice.
Absolutely. You guys don't respect Sac. Oh, I respect them.
No,
They're just going to get their ass kicked. That's all. Let's
have this quick conversation. I'll make it quick. Bonte, you are Mr. League Pass. You're watching all that, and I respect it. I think the majority of sports fans, there are certain fan bases that we watch from afar, and we're like, who's rooting against you? Like, I'm being real. Like, Buffalo for a long time. The Buffalo Bills. Outside of Patriot or maybe Dolphin fans that are within the division, who's really like, I hate Buffalo? No, we all were like rooting for you to be good, and then you get Josh Allen, and it's like, oh, that's exciting. It's a fun team. Like you were bad for so long. We want to see you do well. We know you're loyal fans. I look at the Sacramento Kings in a very similar light. I'm saying to myself, like, nobody hates the Sacramento Kings. We don't hate you. If anything, like, I respect the Kings fans. They were kicked in the nuts for 20 years. All the best players either left, retired, traded. They couldn't draft them properly. They have a rookie of the year, and he ends up falling off the map in the same draft as Steph Curry. Like, we're watching from afar. I'm happy for you. I want you to be relevant. It's good, not just for the NBA. It's great for the Northern California rivalry. This is a great first step. You just happen to be in our way.
That's it. That's all.
The only problem. Like, right now, you're in the way, and you could probably say the same thing about us, the Warriors, being in your way. And so it's unfortunate, but guess what? That's sports.
Something's got to give here. And I was thinking about last Friday when Mike Brown decided, you know what, we're going to sit all our guys. We're going to sit all our guys. Was it a message to the Golden State Warriors that, hey, you guys are looking for us? Well, we want to play you in the first round. We want to play you in the first round. So we'll bench and we'll take our chances with playing you in the 3-6 matchup. Look, it comes down to, there's so many things here, the storylines that we've gotten into all week long. Mike Brown, congratulations to him. Coach of the year.
So well deserved. That's the thing. Who doesn't like Mike Brown in this market?
Better person. Mike Brown treated us so well in this market.
Who doesn't?
Everybody.
Everybody was rooting for Mike Brown. There was not one negative thing said about Mike Brown on these airwaves, on the internet, for how many years, Bonte?
Mike Brown is a leader. He's won. We get it. He won with those Cavaliers teams. They didn't win a ring, but he jump-started that organization. He got a raw deal with the L.A. Lakers. We get it. He's been an assistant. What he did when Steve Kerr was out with the back injury, he kept this thing tight. Kerr caught COVID last year in the Memphis series. And what happened? Mike Brown, Game 6,
totally
said, you know what?
About that.
I'm going with the old guard. I'm
totally
going with
forgot
Looney.
about that.
Remember that?
Mike
I
forgot.
was coaching Game 6.
I totally forgot, actually.
Mike Brown was coaching that game.
Who hasn't caught COVID? Jesus.
Right? So Mike Brown gets all the respect in the world. De'Aaron Fox is an absolute killer.
Yeah, we're all rooting for De'Aaron Fox.
But it's not just that. He's a killer.
He's
you
a
don't
stud.
think we recognize how good he is?
Yeah, exactly.
He's a future superstar, and he wants it. He wants it. So something's going to have to give here. It's either the upstart Sacramento Kings say, you know what? It's time to pass the torch. That's what this is. This is a torch passing series for them. It's time to pass the torch. We play your style, and we play it better than you, and we're younger and fresher, and we're coming. Or, and obviously passing the torch means you're going to end the dynasty.
Yes.
You're going to end the dynasty.
Well, and if you're reading between the tea leaves, TK, Tim Kawakami put out an article, which it felt like he had some pretty good sourcing from front office that, like, if they lose in, the first couple of rounds, the Warriors, everything's on the table.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. And I love TK. But I didn't need to read that to know that. We know what's at stake here.
We've been talking about that.
We know what's at stake here.
Draymond could opt out. Bob Myers could be gone.
Steve
Who knows
Kerr.
what happens with Steve Kerr? All of the players on the roster, like, it's up in the air in terms of, making moves and surveying the land and seeing what's out there.
So, you know what?
I'm with you. Everything could be on the table.
Everything could be on the table. Do you want to keep this run alive for a 5th championship? And look, they've been under the bright lights, man. They're used to having NBA TV, ESPN at Media Day. They're used to being the marquee game night in and night out, all the national television games. This franchise is worth now $7 billion.
More than the Commanders.
More than the Commanders, right?
They're more than an NFL team in Washington, D.C. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, no doubt.
I think that's nuts.
That's nuts. But I love my boy Kyle Draper up there in Sacramento. I love Kyle Draper. He's a really good dude. Maybe we'll get him on the show next week. Drapes is cool. He's good people. But he's talking about, the Warriors want to be the Lakers. They want to be the Celtics. They want to be the Bulls. They want to be relevant. They want to be the franchise. Well, earth to Kyle Draper, earth to D-Lo and Casey, earth to their producer, I think his name is Jesse, earth to everybody up there in 916. We are the franchise. The Warriors are the franchise in the NBA now. The Celtics got one championship since 1986. One.
Thank you.
All right? One championship. The Bulls haven't done anything since MJ walked out that locker room back in 98.
That one little Derrick Rose series. But yes, you're right.
They haven't done anything. They haven't done diddly poo. All right? They haven't been relevant whatsoever.
I was rooting for them, though.
All right? The Miami Heat had their 2 championships. I get it. The Spurs never went back-to-back.
No.
Never. So the Warriors are that franchise. And I think they'll let people know in this first round that they're back. And they're getting ready for another dynastic run in this postseason. Like, seriously, you want to bet against the Warriors 4 times in the series? Well, we'll see about it.
Well, I do believe that you were bringing up De'Aaron Fox there. I do believe when we talk about, like, profile boosting, Jordan Poole's profile is boosted because he plays on this team. Like, I don't dismiss that. If he was on another team, I think his profile would be different. Like, you're looking at a guy in terms of social media impressions through the roof, right? They keep track of all these things.
Right.
Jersey sales are really, really high on a team of stars, which is surprising. I think De'Aaron Fox has the most to gain from this series in terms of profile boosting of anyone in the series. I really do, Bonte.
Yeah.
I think he will become a child's favorite by the end of this series. There are going to be a lot of kids. Like I saw this happen with John Morant. Right. John Morant went against the Warriors, and obviously he was spectacular throughout the regular season, and his profile was getting boosted. But playing the Warriors, there are a lot of kids in the Bay Area that are like, John Morant's one of my favorite players. And I think the same thing's going to happen after this series with De'Aaron Fox.
No doubt. And he could take some of the shine from Stephen Curry. He could catapult himself in the top 5 category in terms of all the point guards because people don't talk about him. People don't talk about De'Aaron Fox like that. But we recognize De'Aaron Fox.
We don't. You're right.
But trust me, I recognize who De'Aaron Fox is. I told you, the day I watched this kid in the Elite Eight against North Carolina cry after that game, after they lost a heartbreaker, and Malik Monk and everybody's in that locker room, and De'Aaron Fox was absolutely sobbing. And I said, oh, my God. He knew he was leaving Kentucky. He knew he was one and done. But the guy was sobbing because he could never play a game with his brothers again at the University of Kentucky. He was sobbing because he wanted that championship so damn bad. The guy just wants to win. He's a winner. I give it to Fox. Sabonis is along for the ride. He's a bull. That matchup between Looney and Draymond Green all series long is going to be fascinating. It will be. Can you stay out of foul trouble against this guy? That's the key for the Warriors all series long. Keep Dre and Looney out of foul trouble. You need them on the floor against Sabonis.
You were talking about kind of the end of the dynasty. Like a lot's on the table. And I was talking with my boy Richie. This is, I don't know, last weekend we were up at the Russian River during the family golf thing. And he's such a Draymond fan. Like Draymond is his homie. You know what I mean? Like he loves Draymond Green. And he keeps saying like, I don't want Draymond to leave. We can't let him go.
Right.
Like we've got to keep winning because we got to keep Draymond. I am not prepared to allow Draymond to leave. I don't want to see him in another uniform. And I just keep coming back to listening to Draymond's podcast. I think he understands how important this playoff is for him and the team to stay together, which is insane because you would think the 10 years and the body of work and all that would have, given him some runway.
No, this is it.
I think he senses the urgency.
And I think if he does have a special run, I don't think Warrior fans, not only Richie, but I think a lot of Warrior fans will say, you can't let Draymond Green leave. You can't let him go. You just can't do it. No, he needs to be a Warrior lifer. He wants to be a Warrior lifer. He helped build this thing. He helped take this thing to another level. So I'm with Richie. I don't want to live a life without Draymond Green in a Warrior
I think
uniform.
a lot of people feel that way.
That's how, and I know all the stuff off the court is going to drive us crazy.
We're
going to trade him again in the offseason. He's going to say something that ticks us all off. But you know what? That's our family member, man.
Yeah.
That's our guy. I'm also thinking about this.
What's that?
Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes.
Did you see the injury report?
Yeah, he tweaked his ankle, but he's going to be ready for game one. What Harrison Barnes can gain from this series?
I hadn't thought about that.
Oh, I thought about it a lot last night because we've kicked him to the curb as Warrior fans. We don't even acknowledge him, really, as a champion.
It feels like...
just like, he was part of the ride, but you know what? We upgraded from him.
It feels like Mo Spates is more beloved, unfortunately, than Harrison Barnes.
There's no doubt. Barbosa,
and
Sean Livingston.
Barnes was more important on those teams.
Right, Sean Livingston.
Yeah.
I mean, Harrison Barnes was part of the original Death lineup.
Yes.
Andre Iguodala, Draymond Green, Clay, and Steph.
That's a great point.
I mean, Harrison Barnes, what he can gain from this series, if he has a good series, if he sticks it to his old franchise, if he plays well, this may mean more for his resume than the championship itself, saying, I was part of the team that ended the Warriors' run. I was part of the team that gave up, that beat the team that gave up on me. That said, you know what? That had my other draft classmate and Draymond Green calling Kevin Durant from the parking lot after Game 7. That's what it is. What it means for Harrison Barnes in this series.
That's such a great angle.
I mean, he's going to be ready to go. And he's there alongside Barbosa, of course, and Matthew Dellavedova. But on the floor, he's that veteran for them.
You know, it's funny. We always say, that's the business of basketball, the business of sport X. It would be personal for me if I was Harrison Barnes.
Right?
I don't care what anyone says. Like
Game 7 happens. Draymond Green, who you were in the same draft class with. You were picked 7th overall. Festus was 30th.
What was he, 37?
Draymond 35.
35.
And they all had the jerseys up.
Yes.
Taking the photos with the jerseys. Three rookies. And it was Draymond Green who took the shine. It was Draymond Green who became beloved. You were the guy who said, yeah, you can walk. We're good. Yeah, we got KD.
That would, if I was him, that would be something that would really piss me off.
So you don't think this means something for him?
I think it means everything to him.
He can be part of the team that ends this dynastic run.
I know.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, boy, that's a good one.